Okay, we're going to do a quick review on keywords that are used to write expressions, equations, and inequalities. You are looking for keywords that means add, subtract, multiply, divide, greater than, less than, equal to, not equal to. Okay, so let's look at a couple. First thing up is twice a number is 11. Well, the easiest way to go through this is to literally take the words and write above them and annotate as you go. So twice means times 2. Well, twice of a number, well, I don't know what the number is, so instead of just putting a question mark in math, we use an X. Okay? Is, right here, if you look here, is means equal. So I'm going to put an equal, and then of course the 11 at the end. So if I took that annotation and I made it look like an equation with an equal sign, so an equation has an equal sign, an expression does not. That's a way to keep them apart. So I have x, which is my number right here, times 2 right here, equals 11. So I have a couple choices. I can leave it like that, or I can even get rid of this dot, which means multiply, and I can just put those together and say 2x. They mean the exact same thing, completely up to you on how you will do it. Now, when you are looking at math problems, you will probably see it like this one right here. Whoops. You will see it like this right here, where the 2 and the x are right next to each other. So I can see here that it is multiply. So if I look down here, double, triple, twice, this all means multiply. And I can see that those words are right there. Let's look at another example. Half. Half of a number, well, again, if I come down here and I look at my word cheat sheet, I can see half is going to be division. Okay, so I'm going to say half is dividing by 2. Okay, so I've got my half, and then of a number. Well, again, I don't know my number, so I'm just going to put an X there. And again, I know is the same as equals, and then I've got my 24. Okay, so I know my equals 24 is here, and then again I've got divided by 2 and x. Well, what is being divided by 2? The 2 or the x? Well, if you look, half of a number means my number is being divided by 2. And if you look at it, this is how you will see it on an exam as set up as a fraction. You will not see it like this. Okay? This is not how you will see it. Let's try to make that correct. That is not how you will see it. Okay? All right, let's do another one. A number reduced, well, reduced down over here means subtraction. So reduced means subtraction. So I can go ahead and put my subtraction there. And again, I have a number. And just like before, I don't know the number, so I'm going to put an X. So a number reduced by 6 is 72. Okay, so subtraction is a little bit tricky because you have to flip the order it's in. Okay, well, no matter what, I know it's going to equal 72. But my number is being reduced by 6. And it's not 6 being reduced by the number. So it would be my number minus 6 is going to equal 72. Okay, remember, subtraction can be tricky. You got to be careful. Okay, all right, the product of 8 and 5 is 40. Well, product is the nice, pretty vocabulary word for multiply. So I'm going to get rid of the word product, I'm going to put multiply. So I'm going to multiply the product of 8 and 5. So what I'm actually saying is I'm going to multiply 8 times 5, and is, again, means 40, or excuse me, means equals, and then 40 is 40. So the way this would work out and state is 8 times 5 is 40. Okay, if I wasn't given the 8 or the 5, then it would be just like we did earlier. It would be 8x equals 40 or 5x equals 40. This one, though, they actually gave us both. Okay. The one that I didn't get was sum. So if I said the sum of 40 and 8, the sum of 8 and 5. So if instead of product it said sum, then it would be 8 plus 5 is 40. Now again, we know that part is not true, so I wouldn't be given it exactly like that. Maybe I could say it is not equal to 40, and that would make it a true equation or true statement. Okay, the next part is inequalities. Inequalities means that it is smaller than, greater than, or equal to. Okay, so less than, smaller than, fewer than, below, under. And that means that what I'm looking for is the number that is lower than the number I'm given. Okay, so n, my number, is less than 6. So when you are looking at a graph like we have here, a number line, if it is less than, then I'm going to have an open circle on my number line, just like this. And less than, if I followed that and made that look like an arrow, it would be going that direction. Okay, so it is any number that is less than 6, and that would be how it would be graphed. Okay, look at the next one, greater than. Greater than is going the opposite direction. I want something bigger than this number. Again, I have an open circle on my number line, so my number is 7. I put an open circle here. And again, if I were to draw a line out of my greater than, less than sign, that shows me which direction my arrow would point. This one would be worded, a number is greater than, a number is larger than, more than, above, higher than, something to that effect. Okay? Next one, we look into greater than, less than, or equal to. When it has this line underneath, that means that it can also be equal to the number I am given. Well, if it's equal to the number I'm given and I'm putting it on a number line, then this time I am going to close in and make a closed dot because it includes the number I'm talking about. And in this case, it is a -2. Same rule applies. You look at the greater than, less than sign, draw an arrow or a line coming out of it, and that is your arrow. So this one would be going in this direction. Okay, and again, the way to verbalize it, a number is less than or equal to, at most, -2, no more than, or maximum of. And again, this part can be a little tricky. Make sure you're paying close attention to what it's actually saying. Okay, same rules apply when you are talking about greater than or less than. Same exact rules. You just got to be really careful. So again, I have a closed dot. This time I'm going to be at the number 4. I am going to draw my line coming out of my sign, and that is going to be the direction my arrow is going to go. And a verbalizing would be a number is greater than or equal to, then a number is at least, no less than, or minimum of. Okay? All right, I hope this makes sense. One thing to remember is always, if you see this sign with an equal sign with a line through it, it means that it is not equal to. Okay? Have a wonderful day. Let me know if you have any questions.